Hi, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Litter Media Live. It's an afternoon edition today because this guy is so busy, he's tough to get a hold of. In fact, we're doing this on the phone with him today. We'll explain in just a moment. It's all about the Southern Ohio Forest Rally next. But first, these words from Classic Brands. Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good. We are joined by Jeremiah Johnson. He is the chairman of the Southern Ohio Forest Rally. Jeremiah, thank you for making time to talk with us here today. I know we wanted to talk to you earlier, but we just couldn't get our schedules together.
Yeah, no, thanks. As always, thanks for having me on. We actually headed back from getting our rally headquarters RV and the communications camper that we rent for the rally weekend.
Fantastic. And of course, we've seen cars in here in town already. And did you have test day today?
Yep, test day was today. It's actually, I was listening to them on the radio. They just are buttoning up for the day down in Scioto Trails. Very
cool. Of course, Scioto Trails is where you test, but all the activity after tomorrow's Parc Expose in Yoctangee Park and over at Chillicothe High School, everything's going to hit the road to go down to Scioto County into Shawnee State, and then you've got Zaleski Forest over in Vinton County, right?
Yep. So tomorrow night, yep, that's right. We do kick off in the city park there. So at the Chillicothe High School parking lot, we'll do the Parc Expose where, you can come up, meet the drivers, get autographs. We'll have food trucks. We have Wits going to be there. One of the premier events for Roast Coffee Truck. We will have Up and Smoke there. We also will have Mackenzie Mash singing some songs in the national anthem. And then, like as you said, we'll be down at West Fort Smith High School into Shawnee Forest there for Friday, and then we use Vinton County Schools on Saturday, and we'll be in the Zaleski Forest.
If people have never experienced this before, first of all, where you been? Second of all, if you've never experienced it before, there are spectating stages on Friday and Saturday in the forests that people can go to. But are the service areas, are those also open to the public?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can stop in. We have parking there, and you can go up. It's actually really interesting. There are teams that can swap out a transmission, even a motor, in a short 45-minute to hour service. So, some of the bigger teams will do quite miraculous things in a short service. But yeah, they're welcome to come see the cars. They'll be in there once each day, to see that on Friday and Saturday. The spectators' spaces are actually kind of new this year. So one is the same on Friday. One is brand new. We've never used this space before. The spectator guides are out on our website. You can pick those up Thursday evening too at our merchandise trailer, but they have maps to those locations. And we redesigned the start of one of those to be at a spectator stage. We're pretty excited about.
Folks had an opportunity to see a video here just a moment ago of Yoctangee Park. You had rain here a couple of years ago at that stage. You go rain or shine, no matter what, right?
As long as the trees aren't falling down, we're en route and trucking along. Yes, for sure.
And trees have been known to fall down before, haven't they?
Yeah, so we're really, really blessed with an awesome crew from the ODNR, the Forestry Department. They are on call. They go out often. Actually, with the storm coming this evening, we're a little concerned because recce is taking place tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, the cars will be out on stage, kind of checking their notes and things like that. So we have them on standby, and they're ready to go with grapple trucks and chainsaws.
Now, as we mentioned, you can go out, you can spectate a lot of the activity in the forests, but the really cool moments are the exposés, and the Parc Expose, which will take place in Chillicothe High School's parking lot. This is over by Hatton Memorial Gymnasium. This is a chance where you get a up close opportunity to talk to the drivers, meet with them before their activities begin. Now, when you go to the service stages, it's pretty hectic. They're busy. you want to leave them alone there. But the Parc Exposés, pretty cool.
Yeah, it is, and we really like that because it's a chance for a lot of the drivers will actually let you really get in and check out the cars. Most of them are really excited to talk to you about the builds that they did. We have a handful of local racers that are in Ross County and surrounding areas, all within 20-30 minutes of Chillicothe. Those guys are always very happy to. Some of them will put the kids in the cars. And actually, surprisingly, they're often willing to sign autographs in service. They like meeting people in the area.
But of course, unless you have some mechanical knowledge, you just want to watch.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
You've been at this now how many years? Was it 2015 when you started?
It was 17. It was our first year. So this is our 8th year running consistently.
And, of course, you were interrupted by COVID like everybody else was, but you managed to get things scheduled. You were one of the first events to take place after COVID was clear.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, we worked with we went through the governor's office for that event. We did push back to July that year, so in 2020 we were in July, and when we did our event, I actually did some interviews in other countries. That were asking how we did it and what we recommended and what our outcome was and things like that. It was a difficult time for a lot of people, and we trucked on. We did an all-night rally. If you wanted to come, you had to be a volunteer, and we often joke that it was one of the easier years because everybody was just trying their best to do their best, right? So it was it's rally, right? That's the rally community. We keep doing the best we can.
It is indeed, as you mentioned, that community. It is a unique community, but everyone just, I don't care what the competition's like, they just love watching the cars do their thing.
Yes, yeah. And like you said, there's a lot of camaraderie in rally, and I would encourage folks that have never been to, check it out and see that. You'll see competing teams helping each other in service, and if somebody flies off the road, the next guy can, will often stop to help them get back on the road if that's the case. It's really interesting sport, right? They're competing against time, and it is very competitive. Especially we have the two-wheel drive class, the limited two-wheel drive class. I think we have 20 limited two-wheel drives, and that class is very, very competitive.
You can get all the details at southernohioforestrally.com, and also follow them on Facebook. Your stuff you do on your social media is absolutely out of this world. I know you've been doing a lot of work with Dre Stewart here locally, and Dre's just super talented with what he's doing, and nothing better than having that to be able to promote your sport.
Absolutely. I will take very little to no credit for the social media. That is definitely Brent Short that runs 99% of all of that. So, yes, he does a fantastic job. And, if we ever miss replying to somebody, it is a total accident because Brent is on that.
Yes, and my apologies to Brent. I should have given him credit where credit was due. Brent, I tell you, you two came to us at the radio station a number of years ago, and you had kind of like these deer in the headlight looks about you, like we think we know what we're getting into, but you've become such a smooth, well-oiled machine and a great team to work together, and you and the rest of your crew just have been outstanding, and I can see why everyone in the rally world wants to come to Chillicothe.
Yeah, and I do have to say this is a very strong case of there is no I in team. If it wasn't for our immediate crew, and to be honest with you, the support of our local community, we wouldn't have the event that we have. And we get compliments every year from the area, how great it is, the people that they interact with. again, we didn't really know what we were getting into. It was a deer in the headlight look. We were like, we're pretty sure we can do this. And the people that have helped us along the way and our, I call it the SOFR crew, it wouldn't be where it is without them. So yes, definitely a team sport here.
And if you haven't looked closely enough, folks, Southern Ohio Forest Rally does not have an I in it at all. So, Jeremiah, thank you so much for your time. We wish you well, and we hope you have a great, safe weekend. But most of all, we'll try and get down and see you Thursday down in Yoctangee Park and over at Chillicothe High School.
Yes, sir. Thanks again.
And thank you for watching this special edition of Litter Media Live, presented to you by Classic Brands.